Hi everyone, it's 9th of February. It's 18 minutes past 8 here in Australia in the morning, and I thought I'd just do a quick market review, what's going on, how I'm feeling about things. I've got a couple other videos I'm going to be doing later today, but today I just want to talk about what's going to happen in 2018. Anyone that watches mainstream would probably get the opposite truth to what's probably going to happen in this space. And last year we saw I suppose it was the realization and the legitimacy of blockchain and all the coins, and there was, there's been a lot of drama and a lot of FUD. We saw 3 major waves throughout the year, which you can see on this chart. And and I was around and I was watching and I was participating in all 3 of these waves. And the one thing I can say is that look, the market is volatile, it is emotional. There's no doubt that some people enter the market at different points, different times. And, some people would have entered at the top here and they've just gone through their first major depression. However, there's one thing I can say, and these little bumps here looked exactly like this at their period of time. And I think Cliff High calls them shark teeth or crocodile teeth. And the reality is this third wave has dwarfed these 2. And now there's no doubt this year we're going to see another 1, 2, 3 waves at certain times as big money comes into the space in 2018. Regardless of what the economists say, and there's so many experts and financial experts out there, and I'm just a mere mortal amongst all of these people who have been part of different markets and different financial sectors, and everyone's got an opinion. But I feel this is the year where blockchain is going to be legitimised to the point where it's recognised at a more of a mainstream level, probably recognised more at a governmental level in regards to regulations. And I think this week we saw in the US there was definitely a very strong discussion about legitimising cryptocurrencies and blockchain and the market as a whole as a financial sector, or legitimising the entire space. And there is no doubt there's going to be some regulations and things come in, which I think is going to be good for the space, because there's no doubt that some people, and some of the bigger money that is waiting on the sidelines to come into the space, is probably waiting for a little bit more confidence. However, what we are going to see is definitely 1, 2, 3 more of these teeth, and these are going to be dwarfed by what's ahead. But in saying that, right at the moment, we've just came out of a crazy December where we saw all-time highs again, and we've had a big retrace of over 60-70% in Bitcoin and the altcoins, and just this week we've had a very good recovery. However, we're not out of the dark or out of the black yet, or out of the red yet, because as you can see here, it has been a very big, strong, bearish trend since the 8th of January, which has been, if you have a look at the last 3 or 4 years, this has happened 3-4 years in a row now. So this is starting to become maybe a predictable trend for next year. However, we've just come out of this massive bear trend where we saw Bitcoin come down to, I think it was a 6,001 low, and we've just had a bit of a little bounce here over the last 3 or 4 days, which is good to see. But like I said, we just got to give it a little bit more time to work out whether or not the bearish trend is over. We may see over the next couple of weeks another little bit of a downturn leading into March and April, which I do believe will be a lot stronger for various reasons, due to the fiscal year and taxation and the Chinese, and the way that a lot of these corporations are preparing their tax. There's lots of reasons why money goes in and out at this time of the year, and we'll definitely see over the next couple of weeks whether or not we're about to move into a more of a bullish trend over the next couple of months. But I do hold a lot of hope for this whole space, and I think it's just a matter of time before we see the market cap reach $1 trillion. I mean, it's still under 400. It did reach over 800 billion, and we saw a crazy $600 billion move out of the market. Now that money hasn't disappeared, it's out there, and I do believe that it's going to come back, and probably a lot stronger than what we saw in 2017. So without giving any financial advice or any of that type of stuff, I just think, you know, you've got to be mindful about wherever you put your money. But for me, and I was saying this back in April last year, this is the greatest opportunity of a lifetime. It's only going to last 1 or 2 years. It's not too late to get involved and do your research and get an understanding. And because I think the reality is that all our financial systems that we're so familiar with are going to transition over to blockchain technology in various ways, whether it's via cryptocurrencies, whether it's via just through our interaction on the internet, through retail, through security, through encryption and communication, all these amazing niches that are going to be utilizing the diversity of blockchain technology. And you know, that's just the reality of it. It is copying a lot of FUD in the markets, in the mainstream media, and that's because they're trying to slow you down. It's just part of the game. They don't want a certain amount of people coming into the market too early. One is because it's volatile, so there is a bit of duty of care there. You've got to be prepared to watch your portfolio go up and down 50-60%. There is still that little irky feeling in the background. Is this a legitimate technology? Is this going to be here in 10 years' time? And I'd say, without a doubt, pretty much it's going to happen. It's already here. It's just taking the world by storm, and I just know that the end game here is for anyone that gets involved in blockchain is going to be pretty happy by the end of 2018. But there's going to be some major events this year, I think, in regards to the economy. I think we've already started to see it. We saw the Dow Jones, we saw the US, we saw the Australian Stock Exchange have a certain amount of money wiped off. And again, it was all coordinated with the cryptocurrency markets, and which shows you how much power the big boys have when they want to shift money out of a financial market. They can do it very, very well, and everyone is connected there, and they've obviously got infrastructure to enable them to react and behave accordingly to the market. And we saw that, we've seen the bounce and recovery. But I do believe there'll be a couple of major events this year which are going to legitimise the cryptocurrency space even more. And I think that I'm not too sure what it's going to be. There's going to be a catalyst event of some sort that enables the mainstream media to highlight blockchain technology and give a main reason why we need to move over. Maybe it'll be seamless and we don't really see it, and you know, 3 or 4 or 5 years time the market just keeps doing what it does, and anyone that's in the market now will do well. Anyone that comes in a couple of years will probably do okay. Anyone that lags and decides to be rather conservative will probably miss out on the great opportunities that the people who are already in the space. So that's all I wanted to talk about. Otherwise I'll ramble on. It was just a matter of just saying, you know, hang tight. I think we're still in a little bit of a bearish trend here. It could swing back, so maybe another buying opportunity coming up. But again, not financial advice. It's up to you to work out what's good for you. But it's going to be an exciting 2018, no doubt about that. And yeah, if you've got some insight, and I think even in my Crypto Nuts Insight Telegram group, I think Jeff Berwick's done a video on how the collapse, or the financial collapse that everyone's talking about, is starting to show its head again. I mean, it has come and gone since 2008, but there's a lot of more signals and signs that it's going to happen this year for a lot of various reasons. So let me know what you think in the comments. Obviously on my Steem, I tend to do a couple of blogs and just share my information and share these graphs and things like that, and write a little bit more. But yeah, look, I appreciate all the support. I've got a couple more videos on some other ICO opportunities that are coming up, and you can have a look at those and do what you want with them. But thanks, yeah, thanks for watching, and tune into my next video.